Hey everyone, Mike Moo here. Today we're going to try and successfully show you how to update your Segway GT series with the latest firmware. I'm on an iPhone and this is on iOS 18, so this is the most latest. I just did this the other day. So when you connect on via Bluetooth to your Segway, you try to do the firmware update. Most of the time without preparation, this is exactly what's going to happen. It's going to give you this error. So what you're going to have to do is follow the instructions on the error and start there. That includes powering off the unit, powering back on, making sure that you're really close to the Segway when you're doing it, Bluetooth on and off, airplane mode on and off. But this is what I actually had to do. So what you're going to do is go into your iPhone settings, turn off airplane mode, turn it back on. Then you go into settings and you're going down, scrolling all the way down to the apps, Segway 9bot. What you're going to do, you're going to mess with the position, the settings here. Switch location to never, turn it back on. Switch Bluetooth off and on again. Live activities off, turn the bottom three off, and then back on again. Now, I suggest you actually reboot your phone, but I actually rebooted my phone before this. So this is the only way that I was successfully able to get through. And as you can see, this update is actually going to take a while. It's at about 10 minutes. What will happen is it'll get up to, it'll at least keep going, right, for a couple of percentage points. Now, before this actually happened, there was one other very important thing that I didn't show on here, and that was to go into the settings and then go down to display and do the lock screen. Basically, you're going to turn off the lock screen. All right, you're going to do it to never, just temporarily for now, because you need this to stay on the whole time while it is doing the update. And don't move your phone away from the Segway. Just leave it there. Just do yourself a favor. Just sit there and just wait for this to finish. Again, it could take up to 10 minutes, so grab a seat if you need to. And again, this is the latest, very absolute latest firmware that is available from Segway. And if you didn't already know, or if you're on a really old firmware, they added some important stuff, mostly about the braking and regen. But this fixes a couple of other things supposedly. Quite frankly, I have not been riding my Segway a whole lot. And that's mostly because I've just been trying to get a little bit of exercise in there. So I didn't really run into any issues with the previous firmware. I did a video about that already. But this one's supposed to fix a couple other things, hopefully, that some quality of life improvements. And it's going to be details on a screen in terms of what it is that it adds, what kind of features it does, including the parking mode. That was something that I had personally requested way back in the day. This one allows you to make some adjustments on there, I guess. But what I found was that when you are parked at the street light and the unit actually switches off the drive mode because you're just standing there and the traffic light's really long, this gives you some configuration options so that you can just get started again without just, once the light turned green, everyone's expecting you to go, you turn the throttle, nothing happens. Well, there are some ways to customize how that functions apparently now. So I'm excited to try out this new firmware. After I uploaded firmware, I actually did not go on a ride. So I'm excited to try out some of these new updates to see if it really does help. And hopefully it took care of some bugs that maybe some of you guys might have been experiencing. For that, I'm not exactly sure. Okay, so that's it for this video. Hopefully this was helpful to you. Please leave a like, share with anybody that is having trouble with this. This takes a little while to figure out every time. And since firmware updates aren't very frequent, I often forget what it is I need to go in there and change. So this is a full-on how I did it. Okay. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next one. And be safe out there.